Rajiv. Poet, memoirist, and translator, Rajiv Mohabir is the author of 5 books of poetry and has been awarded 2 gold medals from the Forward Indies and Eric Hoffer Medal Provocateur. His other honors include being a finalist for the National Book Critics Circle Award, the PEN America Open Book Award, the Lambda Literary Award, and Randy Schultz Award for Gay Nonfiction, and both second place and finalist for the Guyana Prize for Literature. His translations have won the Harold Morton Landon Translation Award from the Academy of American Poets, and currently he teaches poetry at the University of Colorado Boulder and is my colleague extraordinaire.
Thank you. And how lucky I feel right now to be here with you. I have said this a couple of times. I'll say it again. I also want to say so many thank yous to Rick and to Deborah and Jasmine for creating such a wonderful space for us, and please come and buy all of your books ever at Matter. Let's support this place. It's just incredibly magical here. And then Samira, thank you for selling our books at the counter and checking us in and doing all this stuff. Your labor is beautiful and much appreciated. I am going to take a picture of you all from here to send to my mom. Like truth be told, she's probably going to try to FaceTime while I'm reading. Yes. So anyhow, there's that. I'm going to be reading from SEABEAST, and I'm really excited to do this because it's such a weird book in terms of what I've done in poetry. And when I say that it's weird, I mean just organizationally. It's a bestiary that's arranged alphabetically. And bestiary is kind of like, it draws on this medieval practice of enumerating all of the different species, both real and mythological, in our world and the worlds around us. So I'm going to start by reading a single poem from this book, and then I'm going to ask for your help. But before I do that, now, I invoked the name Rushi Vyas. If you see on your chairs, there's like a pencil. Rushi made these pencils for me when Whale Arya came out, the book right before this, which is another book about whales. This is the second book about whales that I've written. Fixated much? Yes. And he made like a cento of some of the lines of the poems onto this pencil. I'm going to ask for you to please use this pencil and to write down any questions that you might have for the readers tonight. And after I give a presentation, we're going to come up here and answer some questions. So make sure you're writing on these index cards. And if you don't have one, just reach over to a chair that's empty and you'll find it. The first poem that I'm going to read to you is called Atlantic White-Sided Dolphin. I walked the curled fish hook of the Cape into a cove and found washed up on a February shore the carcass, its gray whitened with bird shit, eyes missing, a new blowhole pecked into its skull. Did it ignore kin and pod, though they cried out in fall sun, come home, seeking instead a short-lived joy? I have taken this other world for my own, morphed into a haramkhor, eater of evil, who rips out pages of the creation story. Once the sea was a sea of milk. Once summer was a sea of men. I remember there was water until I drank, reckless, my beard soaked and dropping diamonds. After the beginning, a pause. The silence of winter ice. The silence of night, meeting night. In this bag, I have various small plastic rubber whales and many, many different species. And so what I'm going to ask for you is I'm going to just throw this bag randomly, and please catch it. Maybe if you could reach in without looking, pull out a whale, and you'll see on the belly the name of that whale, and then if you could call it out for me. Okay? Ooh, good catch.
I'm so intimidated to do this.
Really?
It's on the belly.
Yes.
It's a pilot whale.
Pilot whale. Thank you.
Do you want this back?
I'm going to ask you to hand it to someone else after I'm done reading the poem. I have one pilot whale in here. There were two originally. There was a long-finned and then a short-finned. And the one that made it into the book is the short-finned. I really like the style too because it takes the pressure off of my having to come up with a playlist, you know? Short-finned pilot whale. Why they follow their kin onto land, scientists cannot fathom. You take to eating sticks to kindle fire inside your torso, lava through your veins. You crave eruption. In the evening, you sit on the bluff. Name the stars you can see, naked and asteroidal, until morning reaches and plucks the constellation Lyra to save you from lack of touch. You are Aryan, scattering poems in the wind. You lost your map. Eardrums burst from falling down the stairs after the last man. His rum bottle green whales breach the surface of your skin still, scarred onto your meridians. You watch a pod of blackfish leap one by one, each one following the other's distress onto the sand in the sunfire, bodies dying on the beach, each one hungry for the other. No one knows why odontocetes or toothed whales strand themselves in big groups. It might have to do with unfailing devotion and love for the individual who is ill. So it's just such a breathtaking and awful fact of this planet that we live on. And I'll say this about this collection, is that I've been inspired so much by my firsthand encountering of whales in the world. I grew up in Florida, I lived in Boston for a while, but really these projects began in Hawaii, where I was a graduate student at the university there. And you know, this is, I was lucky enough to receive funding to kind of study the human and cetacean culture along the North American Pacific Rim, from Hawaii to Juneau, Alaska. And so through these travels, you know, these poems have emerged, as well as flash nonfiction, but that's ... to be published, if I have a publisher interested. So, Bo, if I could have you please take the bag and throw it at random, or maybe hand it at random. Yeah, let's because they are kind of hard, right?
Should I return my whale?
Oh yes, thank you for asking. But maybe after, so it's not picked twice.
It's worth hearing twice.
Thank you. So sweet.
Blue whale.
Ooh, blue whale. Let's infuse some optimism into this reading. Blue whale. A thing that you should know about the blue whale is that its Latin name is Balænoptera musculus. Earth's biggest animal shares its name, musculus, with the mouse, which means their every note gives muscular song. Whales, a small notion here weighing 170 tons, which means this moves you. This clay dome bears a sea of light where a simple pinprick and a nova burst, swallowing any shadow or chimera. Its pneumatically driven membrane vibrations oscillate air from larynx to cranial sinuses to orchestrate a score. But why a joyful noise without phonic lips, the staff and ledger lines blank, free of trouble? You are built for music, a viola strung with fiber and filament. It's how blue whales voice the loudest song, not from deep muscle, but from sliding breath, a second nature that echoes blues, grace noting from extinction to a choral body. Such wonderful creatures, the blue whale, the biggest animal to ever have lived on our planet. Eating some of the smallest animals, like krill. Pretty wild. Thank you. Would you pass this? Aren't whales great? Finn?
Bride's whale?
Ooh, yeah, thank you. Bride's whale, or actually it's pronounced Bruda's whale.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you know what's really funny is that there was a new species of whale that was discovered after the BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. And they thought it was a species of Bruda's whale, but scientists have reclassified that. So my original poem for the Bruda's whale was actually the Gulf whale, which is also in the book. So I had to scramble after reading a new article to write something about what does it mean to have a name that's capacious enough to hold various species, because people, and scientists who are people, can't understand the distinctions or the differences between bodies that they read. Bruda's whale. A catch-all species scientists believe others belong to, like the misnamed Omura's whale or the Gulf Bruda's whale, pronounced Bruda, not bride. The two species differ only marginally in skull shape and veil color, but there is so much we do not know. Like who will be renamed when more information emerges from the depths into anchovy shoals, or when two men marry and diverge? What will it look like to re-download Grindr or Scruff a decade after I first put myself inside you? What will I call you tomorrow, the next day? In 5 years, you were once beautiful as my bride. The name for us, changing and changeable. A wedding ring, a bottomless basket. Okay, great, I have time for one more poem. Yeah, also a lot of divorce in this book. Being disillusioned with marriage. But like, praise the gods of divorce. My long distance partner just moved to Denver from Boston. So, he's here. Another what? Oh, here we go.
Bottlenose dolphin.
Ooh, bottlenose dolphin. Okay, so I have a couple of bottlenose dolphins in this book, but I will read the common bottlenose dolphin. Yes, it's a very gay poem. Do we know anything about dolphin culture? Yo, dolphins are wild. You know, bottlenoses specifically. They are known for being like so incredibly violent, but like so incredibly manipulative to the humans that study them. Kind of brilliant, but also like harrowing. And you know, these like behaviors that we ascribe to people, or that we imagine that like belong only to human culture, live in a different kind of phenomenological universe for the bottlenose dolphins, right? So here's common bottlenose dolphin. Tersias truncatus is the scientific name, the Latin name. Speaking of the anthropomorphic, the bottlenose captures and forces sex with others, acts out impulses with the dead, the inanimate, or with others, for what I imagine to be fun. Penis in blowhole. I know I would try it if I had a blowhole. Well, actually, if I had that kind of role. But what do I know of Tersiap's communication or intelligence? But what words we can ascribe to their toys of eelgrass and plastic waste. They use tools, adopt other species of dolphins, have names, and like to get high. Did you know? New discoveries shock me. Like dolphins tasting their friends' urine to get to know them. Though, I also understand this gay impulse. Thank you all. Bring the chairs up here so that we can sit together and answer some questions.